everyone, I'm Jennifer Piñate. Protests continue nationwide calling for justice for George Floyd, the man who died while in police custody 1 week ago in Minneapolis. Protests have happened here in Fayetteville, also in Bentonville. A peaceful protest began around 4 or 5 this afternoon, but things have quickly escalated. And that's where we find our Crystal Martinez, who's at the square in downtown Bentonville. We do want to warn you, this is a fast-moving and fluid situation. You might hear some obscenities. We cannot control the situation right now. Crystal, tear gas was deployed earlier. How is the crowd right now? What are police doing?
Hey, Jennifer, yeah, well, I'm just going to tell you what I saw with my own eyes and what happened. It started off as a peaceful protest, and it seemed like someone that wasn't a part of the original protest did show up, and it did cause a disturbance within the crowd. It did move to the bottom of the courthouse steps, and that's when police in riot gear did come down to the very bottom of the steps, and that's when disruption started. I did see that the riot police were throwing tear gas out, deploying it into the crowd to get them to disperse. There was water bottles being thrown from the crowd to police. It just seemed to be an exchange of a lot going on, but I will tell you that there are protesters still here being peaceful. You can see them right next to me right now, just demanding to do their piece and say their justice in peace. Now, we did speak to a few of those people earlier, and I want to take it now to listen to what they had to say, what message they want to give to the community.
It's not enough to be just to stand by and non-racist. We have to move from non-racist to anti-racist.
We can come together and be stronger and bigger than what's going on right now. There's a lot going on in the world that, it seems that we can't overcome, but together, love and just nothing, no hate, we can overcome.
We believe in liberty for all, for everybody, regardless of race, creed, ethnicity, whatever it is. We want everybody's voice to be heard equally as loud, and that's what we're out here to do today.
So again, Jennifer, I can confirm that there was tear gas deployed. We were here. We saw it happen in front of us. So we are okay. But again, there are still protesters out here just being peaceful and demanding a peaceful protest. Again, this is for George Floyd in support of Black Lives Matters, and it's happening here in downtown Bentonville. I'm going to send it back to you now.
Crystal, I do want to ask you, we had reports from the city of Bentonville's Facebook page that some police cars were damaged. Have you seen those cars? Have you gotten reports from police as to what type of damage those cars suffered, if any?
Sergeant Jean Page did confirm that the vehicles were damaged. However, I did not see the damage with my own eyes. I can't tell you exactly what damage was done. I'm waiting to hear back from Sergeant Jean Page on those specifics, but he did confirm it happened on the north end of the square. We were on the other side.
Okay. All right, Crystal, you are doing a remarkable job out there. Please be careful, be safe. Our Chad Mira is headed that way also, and we will check in with you, Crystal and Chad, later in the show. We'll continue following that situation there in Bentonville. Governor Asa Hutchinson held a press conference earlier today to address protests in the state. Governor Hutchinson says the death of George Floyd is troubling to anybody who appreciates law enforcement and their role in public safety. He said he understands the rage the American people feel and the disappointment in law enforcement officers who are sworn to uphold the law but cross the line and abuse the system. Hutchinson says he respects protesters' decision to take to the streets as long as they do so peacefully.
It is my job as governor to make sure that those that want to express themselves as demonstrators, as protesters that are peaceful, that they are protected and that they have the right to exercise the First Amendment privileges and rights, and I support that, and I want to make sure that we, through our law enforcement efforts, protect them.
The governor activated the Arkansas National Guard 2 days ago to help disperse anyone damaging property in Little Rock. He said it will stay activated to act as backup for state police as needed. In Washington, D.C., President Donald Trump addresses the nation from the Rose Garden today. The president spoke on the ongoing protests, saying he has plans of deploying the military to cities if the states refuse to take action.
If a city or state refuses to take the actions that are necessary to defend the life and property of their residents, then I will deploy the United States military and quickly solve the problem for them.
In a press conference earlier today, the president called out governors over their handling of protests, calling many weak and urging them to be tough and dominant. New information on a shooting in Fort Smith. Police have released a man they say is no longer a suspect in Fort Smith. Earlier, Fort Smith police detained 29-year-old David Piper as a suspect in a shooting in the area of 48th Street and Virginia Avenue. Eric Mitchell with FSPD tells us after further investigation, Piper has since been released and no arrest will be made. The victim was shot in the arm and faces non-life-threatening injuries. Mitchell says the investigation is still ongoing, and make sure you stay with us as we learn more information. Owners of a Confederate statue in Bentonville planning to relocate that monument. The statue of the Confederate soldier has been in the Bentonville Square since 1908 and has been the center of much controversy over the years. It will be moved to a private park, James H. Berry Park, that's still in Bentonville. This is all according to the Daughters of the Confederacy who own that statue. Moving on now to our coverage of the coronavirus here in Arkansas. The State Department of Health reporting 1,909 active cases of COVID-19. 1,778 are in the community. 121 are currently hospitalized, and that's the highest number of patients hospitalized with COVID-19 to date here in our state. Since testing began in March, more than 7,400 Arkansans have tested positive for the virus. 5,401 have recovered. More than 122,000 others have tested negative. And the ADH reports 133 people have died from COVID-19. Northwest Arkansas is behind the rest of the state in terms of COVID-19 testing. That's according to Arkansas Secretary of Health, Dr. Nate Smith. He says we've seen a total of 1,749 positive cases in the Northwest Arkansas region, and it gives us a 5.8% positivity rate. Dr. Smith says right now in NWA we're testing 281 people for every 10,000, whereas the state as a whole is doing 442 tests per 10,000.
We need to do even more testing in the northwest part of the state for us to identify those cases, and the point is not just to drive up numbers, but to identify chains of transmission so that we can stop the spread of COVID-19 and ultimately to save lives.
Right now, Dr. Smith says Northwest Arkansas has 985 active cases. 43% are among the Latino community. Governor Hutchinson says people in Northwest Arkansas are seeing why the virus needs to be taken seriously. In today's news conference in Rogers, Hutchinson noted a spike in area cases. He says people need to constantly follow guidelines and that the numbers speak for themselves.
Forever, it seemed like Northwest was under 20 cases a day in terms of new cases, and you were looking at the rest of the state and said, what's wrong with y'all? You know, we don't have a problem up here. We don't need any restrictions, and you can see what's happened.
The governor says even though there's been a dramatic increase in hospitalizations, the fact that the number is still fewer than 50 means there's more than enough hospital space. And KNWA does want to say thank you to our frontline fighters protecting our community amid this coronavirus pandemic. And tonight, we want to honor Catherine Bamberger. Catherine is a nurse caring for the long-term residents at North Hills Life Care and Rehab. That's in Fayetteville. The person who nominated her says Catherine cares for them as if they were her own family. So, Catherine, thank you for going above and beyond in caring for those who can't care for themselves. We know it's really hard, and we appreciate everything that you're doing and the sacrifice that you're making to take care of us. And don't forget, everyone, you can nominate your very own frontline fighter by visiting nwahomepage.com. Just tell us who you think deserves a thank you for their hard work. All right, we want to go back to our coverage of what started as a peaceful protest in downtown Bentonville. Now, reports of tear gas being deployed at protesters on the Bentonville Square. We do want to warn you that this is an unfolding situation. It's very fluid. You may hear and see some obscenities. And we are joined once again by KNWA's Crystal Martinez, who has been covering this protest since it started. And Crystal, a lot has unfolded in a very short time. Tear gas, you said a lot of people are still there. How are you? How's the crowd? What is police doing?
Yes, Jennifer. Well, right now I'm going to show you. When we first got here, obviously the protest was going on around the square, and then crowds had to disperse later. It's just kind of been up and down. But right now, let me show you what's going on right here. The crowd is still here protesting. It seems to be peaceful at the moment. Everyone's on the other side and just demanding peace, still sharing their truth. Police are lined up at the very bottom of the courthouse steps, and they are in riot gear. Right behind them, they do have deputies as well. We've seen police come from the side of the building. You can see some of them right there, too. Again, they're just on standby. I've heard verbal warnings given out before tear gas was deployed, but yes, again, tear gas has been deployed. There's also reports of a patrol vehicle that was damaged, but I didn't see that myself. But Gene Page with Bentonville Police did say that that happened. But again, right now, as you can see, there are still protesters here just trying to do what they can peacefully. We've heard them chant Black Lives Matter, no justice, no peace. You hear that happening right now. I've seen people handing out water to each other, helping clean each other's eyes out from the tear gas. Again, it's just trying to get their message across as best as they can. And again, the police are at the bottom of the courthouse steps in riot gear with the deputies behind them, and right across the street still, I've got to say at least 100 people still out here protesting and doing so away from the police officers. So this is the crowd right now. Again, I just kind of want to show you it's kind of been a roller coaster of emotions out here, but right now it seems like they're still being able to protest.
Yeah, tensions are definitely high, of course. You mentioned the protest was peaceful at the beginning, and I want you to recount what you told us earlier. One person, right, that was not part of the initial protest.
Nope, I'm sorry. They just deployed.
Is it more tear gas?
I think something was just thrown. The crowd is... We're trying to look and see here. But, I mean, you just saw a few minutes ago. I mean, they were on the other side of the street. The police were on the other side of the street. We're not sure what just happened. It looks like the police might be moving a little bit more towards the street. I see some in the middle of the street right there. And then the crowd's going back right now. They have their fist in the air. I'm trying to make out what they're saying, but I cannot hear. But again, on one side, you do have the police officers in riot gear, and then on the other side, you do have the protesters. Some have their hands up right now. Some have their fist up.
Here, police, have you been able to hear anything that police might be telling the crowd, or have you gotten any anything from police that are not there but that are monitoring the situation as to what's going to happen next?
Right. Well, we have stayed away from the courthouse for safety reasons, but I did hear verbal warnings of the tear gas going by when we were on here on the side. But we haven't been close enough to hear what's being said up there. Again, all I can say is Sergeant Gene Page has been in contact with me. He did confirm the tear gas was being deployed. He did confirm about the patrol vehicles being damaged. But again, for the most part, I mean, people that are out here right now, here on the side of me, they just have their signs up. I don't hear them saying anything. They just seem to be having their signs up, their hands in the air, their fist in the air, but we're not close enough to quite hear what police are saying, and that is for safety reasons.
Yeah, and of course they are trying to disperse the crowds and get them out of there and avoid any more tension there, of course. We appreciate you being there, Crystal. Please be safe, be careful. We will go out to you to get more information from you as that situation develops. All right, we do want to turn to weather now. Of course, a very hectic situation on the Bentonville Square, but let's take a look at what the weather has in store for us. Dan.
Well, very much quiet weather across the area. That might be changing, though, as a few storms come back into the forecast. We'll have your latest forecast coming up right after the break.
Closed captioning is sponsored by Air Control.
Tuesday morning on KNWA Today, the top local headlines you need to start your day.
Plus, police and fire departments go head-to-head to see who can get the most blood donors.
And warm temperatures continue to build through the next 7 days. We'll show you that forecast on Tuesday morning.
Lewis Automotive Group is proud to sponsor KNWA Northwest Arkansas News.
It's time to get your AC ready for the summer with a tune-up from Paschal. Many of the breakdowns Paschal repairs during the summer could have been prevented with our $88 AC tune-up. Be prepared for the summer heat. Call Paschal Air Plumbing and Electric to schedule your tune-up today.
At Underwoods, we've been designing custom jewelry for decades. As with all things that last, there's no substitute for time, talent, and attention to detail. As our gifted artisans know, each ring has its sacred proportions. And at every stage of creation, we're keenly aware this ring not only symbolizes your commitment, but it carries your family's memories for generations to come. Underwoods, it's where you buy the best, on Dixon Street in Fayetteville.
Introducing new Smart Mouth Premium Zinc Ion Toothpaste.
It is just a different kind of clean feel. There's no gritty, everything feels smooth in there, and it really lasts.
Find Smart Mouth Toothpaste right next to Smart Mouth Mouthwash at Walgreens and Walmart.
At Underwoods, we've been designing custom jewelry for decades. As with all things that last, there's no substitute for time, talent, and attention to detail. As our gifted artisans know, each ring has its sacred proportions. And at every stage of creation, we're keenly aware this ring not only symbolizes your commitment, but it carries your family's memories for generations to come. Underwoods, it's where you buy the best, on Dixon Street in Fayetteville.
Celebrate the grand opening of our new Creative Audio store in Bentonville. Grand opening discount store-wide.
Protect yourself and others against COVID-19. Watch KNWA News.
Summer is right around the corner, so it's a great time to replace your old worn-out AC before it's too late. Save big this spring with an entire new AC system installed for only $55.55. Get your home ready for the summer heat. Call Pascal Air Plumbing and Electric today.
Now, your Weather Authority forecast with Chief Meteorologist Dan Scott.
Well, we'll get through this weathercast, but at least the weather was quiet across the area. Here's that time lapse. I think we all need a beautiful time lapse of a sunset in progress, and this is what happened this evening. And isn't that nice to see? Just to see that there is one that's in control. Scott Millsap sent that in. Owl Creek School, sunset, absolutely gorgeous, beautiful colors out there. As we check out the hurricane forecast, just to let you know, this is the start of hurricane season, and the National Hurricane Center is expecting a very active hurricane season. Doesn't surprise me. 2020 and pretty much everything else has happened too. Named storms 13 to 19 with 6 to 10 hurricanes. 3 to 6 of those hurricanes could be major hurricanes. We already had 2 named storms, by the way, Arthur and Bertha. Next is going to be Cristobal, and that's going to be a system that moves in possibly by the early part of next week. Could impact us, but there's a lot of uncertainty with this. Right now, though, it is organizing and strengthening, and convection is developing near the center. The forecast for tomorrow in the mid-80s. We've got beautiful weather. Morning lows will be cool but comfortable. And then the humidity comes back. Then it feels very much like summer as we already start to see that humidity and a few isolated storms that pop up on Wednesday, especially morning into the afternoon. So the rain chances will be coming back, and coming back even a little sooner in the River Valley. And you'll see this on Tuesday afternoon. A few showers popping up in the River Valley. Better rain chances as we move into Wednesday, as you see these isolated storms kind of popping up here and there. And then another round of storms possible on Thursday morning. So here's your 7-day forecast. Wednesday and Thursday in the mid to upper 80s. We hit close to 90 on Saturday, Sunday in the lower 90s, and Monday in the upper 80s. Look at the morning lows in the upper 60s to lower 70s. And River Valley, we've got a similar story, a few storms over the next 3 days. Jennifer, back to you.
All right, Dan, thank you. We continue to monitor a pretty tense situation in Bentonville. What started out as a peaceful protest has now escalated. We have reports of police cars being damaged, also tear gas being deployed to disperse the crowd. We want to warn you before we go to this live shot that this is an unfolding situation, and you may hear and see some obscenities. We are going now live to Chad Mira, who joins us there on the square in Bentonville. Chad, what are you seeing right now? It seems like from what we're seeing here that the crowd is getting bigger and it's getting closer to the courthouse where police are in riot gear.
Jennifer, we're just off the square here where we're told protests have been amping up and then quieting back down off and on throughout the evening. The crowd was just now chanting Black Lives Matter. We're told if we get much closer than this to the square, we are in danger of experiencing some tear gas. It has happened tonight. We're told there's been riot police at times coming in and out of this building here to try and keep the crowd under control. They have had to deploy tear gas. Right now, everything seems relatively peaceful, but I know that hasn't been the case all night long. So we have heard from several law enforcement officers urging us not to get any closer than this if we don't have to, but we want to give you some perspective of what it was like here. You do see some police. There's lots of police around on multiple different corners of the square, and a lot of people chanting. Now, we were at a protest in Fayetteville this evening. It was very peaceful. I do want to mention we've heard a couple people in the crowd here say they are hoping to do a protest tomorrow in Fayetteville. We do know there has been one planned, so there have been people here at this protest talking about that one as well. Jennifer?
Yeah, Chad, we've seen it escalate, and like you said, there have been some lulls in that protest, and then it ramps back up, and then it comes back down. Have you been able to talk to anyone there about their experience throughout the night and just get their sense of what's happening?
Are we clear?
Okay, we'll check in with Chad again here in a little bit, and Crystal Martinez also, who is reporting live from that ever-changing situation. What started out as a peaceful protest has now escalated into a pretty tense situation. Police have deployed tear gas trying to disperse the crowd there. We'll be right back with more coverage on that.
Tonight's weather brought to you by Everest Rehabilitation Hospital. Physical rehabilitation for NWA.
Yeah, but this is a lot of food right here for $2.49.
You go to all these restaurants, $10, please. $9, please. $12, please. All these crazy places. It's a no-brainer.
School is working out for you.
Chicken slinger.
Hi, I'm Barbara Corcoran. Are you thinking of selling your home, but you're not sure which agent to hire? Go to LindbergTeam.com and check out Tara Lindbergh's guarantee to sell your home, or she will buy it. Go to LindbergTeam.com and get your home sold.
There's never been a better time to foster a pet, and StayHomeAndFoster.org makes it easy while keeping everyone's safety top of mind. Visit StayHomeAndFoster.org to learn more.
Life is full of things we can't control, like Mother Nature. But if your vehicle gets impacted by hail, you can control who repairs the damage. When you choose Arkansas Collision Center, you're selecting Northwest Arkansas's most trusted and experienced vehicle repair shop.
Hey, Northwest Arkansas. Are you looking for a custom piece of furniture? Maybe a sofa in that specific fabric you just love? Well, Sam's Furniture is the place for you. We've got over 50 living room styles available in hundreds of custom fabrics. You can even select your own wood color, nail head trim, arm styles, and so much more. All custom orders are made in America and can ship in as little as 30 days. For all your custom furniture needs at guaranteed lowest prices, shop Arkansas's largest furniture destination. Get it at Sam's.
Oh, it's good. Look at that.
Oh, gosh.
That is delicious. Oh,
Oh, my gosh, Dad. You always have a spoon with you. What's up with that?
Brownie batter shake at Sonic Summer Nights. This is good stuff.
This week, Jimmy's back and all new with Will Ferrell and Kristen Wiig and new quarantine drama. Plus, at-home fun with Lin-Manuel Miranda and Sia performs. And tonight, Lady Gaga, New Fallon at home.
Now, from Fayetteville, high on the hill, this is your Pig Trail Nation Report. Sponsored by Crane Automotive Team.
Live sports, it's what we've waited for over 2 months for, something that we've needed desperately, and today we got some. The Perfect Timing League beginning in Springdale tonight, and a handful of Razorbacks playing in the league. Game 1 of the night, Matt Goodhart and Christian Franklin. Matt Goodhart here hitting this one into right field, deciding to go to second, but changes his mind back safely at first. Here is Christian Franklin at the plate, sends this one into left field. That's going to put Goodhart and Franklin at the corners. A good night back at the baseball diamond for both of them. Game 2 of the night has Jacob Burton on the mound here in the 7th for the white team. First 2 batters going down pretty easy. Burton striking them out in just 7 pitches. After that, Burton loading up the bases, but he does get the final out, so no damage done there for him. We talked to the guys, including Burton, after their games tonight.
You know, I felt really good. I felt like my fastball was really on. And I just started throwing a new breaking ball, and it looked pretty good today, too.
Got a couple of hits today. I mean, how'd you feel at the plate?
Like I hadn't done it in a while. You know, coming off of a little bit of an illness. It's not COVID, relax, but hadn't hit in a few days. But it was good, and it was good to get out, get my feet wet, and face some arms. It was good.
The league will continue throughout the month of June. Questions about football take center stage in this week's Ask Mike with his answers to your questions. Here's Mike Irwin.
Our first question comes from Bill Montgomery 10, who says, you keep using the phrase, when they decide it's safe to return to Reynolds Razorback Stadium for football fans. Just curious, who is they? Well, they would be the University of Arkansas's athletics director, chancellor, system president, University Board of Trustees, health officials in Arkansas, people on the governor's task force, including the governor. Said 76 asked, when a football team eventually stops playing in Little Rock, do you think we will see more neutral site games, or do you think we will just try to keep playing in Arlington every year? You know, several years ago, Brett Bielema talked about playing non-conference games in pro stadiums like at Kansas City, Miami, Atlanta, Phoenix. Kansas City was the only one of those venues that made any sense to me. The Jerry World game with A&M is going away in a few years. It will almost certainly be replaced with a non-conference game with a different Big 12 team year to year. And that will be your neutral site game, I think. Nutting It Up wants to know, who do you consider our top rivals in football nowadays, and in what order do you consider them? You know, I'd go with Ole Miss, LSU, Auburn, and Texas A&M. Ole Miss and LSU because both are schools that are closer to the state of Arkansas. Auburn because of Gus Malzahn and Chad Morris, and the Aggies because of all that old Southwest Conference stuff. That's Ask Mike for another week. Check us out next Monday for more questions and answers.
All right, Mike, thank you. That's going to do it for sports. Much more after the break.
Pyle Heating and Cooling. Depend on us.
Protecting your family is paramount in this life. Air of the Ozarks wants to help with our complete indoor air quality package at a limited time big discount. All of this for only $19.99. Save over $1,100 off our normal pricing. Call us today for details.
I can't wait for the summer because my parents are getting my family a new pool. They called Seaside Pool, so it's going to be really nice and exactly what we want. Last year, all we did was stay inside and play video games. But now, we'll have fun outside all the time. Everyone at school is always asking to come over now, too. Plus, Seaside Pools is even putting in a hot tub that my parents can use year-round. Thanks, Mom and Dad, for calling Seaside Pools.
Even when our physical doors are closed, the Springdale Public Library is here for you. Download audio and ebooks with Hoopla or stream movies and TV for free using your library card. Use BrainFuse for homework help and online tutors. Visit us at springdalelibrary.org for more information.
Hi. It's not much. 1 syllable, 2 letters. But for such a small word, it can make a big difference. It can make a loved one smile, rekindle an old friendship. And Grandma, well, it would probably make Grandma's day. It won't change the world, but it can make someone's world a little brighter.
Yeah, times look pretty dark. But each day, the sun comes up. Morning. A comforting reassurance bringing brightness and warmth. Replenishing our spirit with the idea that anything is possible. Thank you to everyone rising to the occasion, bringing the light. It's your energy bringing better times. How do we know? We're morning people.
Wait, I thought you said these are scratch and dents.
They are. I saved $600.
Where's the dent?
What dent?
You know, the dent. Right here, see it?
Where's the dent?
At Tucker's, it's easy to miss the blemishes on our scratch and dents. Because even the smallest scratch, dent, or ding can save you hundreds on quality name brand appliances. And most include full factory warranty. So why worry about a little ding when you can save a whole lot at Tucker's?
Where's the dent?
At Yingling, America's oldest brewery, we've seen tough times before. But one thing has never changed. Americans always rise to the occasion by staying strong, staying safe, and sticking together.
Protecting your family is paramount in this life. Air of the Ozarks wants to help with our complete indoor air quality package at a limited time big discount. All of this for only $19.99. Save over $1,100 off our normal pricing. Call us today for details.
You're watching KNWA News at 10.
What started out as a peaceful protest demanding justice for George Floyd, the man who died in police custody in Minneapolis, has escalated on the Bentonville Square. And we do want to warn you that what you're about to see is an unfolding situation, and you may hear and see some obscenities. We are joined once again by KNWA's Crystal Martinez, who has been covering this since it began. Again, Crystal, this started peacefully, and now there's still a large crowd there. Police have deployed tear gas, and there are even reports of some police cars being damaged. What do you see? What do you hear right now? Have there been any announcements by police to try and get that crowd dispersed?
Yeah, that's right, Jennifer. The protest was set to start around 7:30. There were some people here before then, and between 7:30 and 9, I mean, we had people marching around the square. A little bit after 8 p.m., police also blocked off the road around the square so that they could march on the street. Where the patrol cars were damaged, that was on the north side of the square. We were not there for that. We did not see that, but Sergeant Gene Page did confirm that that did happen to 2 patrol cars. I asked him about the extent of the damage, and he said he couldn't comment because he hasn't seen the patrol cars himself. Now, as far as the tear gas goes, yes, there has been several rounds deployed. I do want to show you that it was an effort to disperse the crowd. The police are lined up at the bottom of the courthouse steps in riot gear. There are some sheriff deputies there as well, and then across the street. I mean, I'm gonna stop talking just so you can hear what's happening right now. It was pretty silent. But there are protesters across the street. Again, they're still holding up signs. It's just kind of been a roller coaster of a night at times. Things will seem pretty calm. You know, they'll chant things for George Floyd, Black Lives Matter, you know, why they're here today. And then we'll hear police kind of give that warning of it's time to disperse, and then that's when the tear gas will get deployed after they've warned. But right now, we're just kind of watching. Again, it's a little hard to hear. We're on the other side of the street. That's for safety reasons. But we can see that there is still a large crowd here outside of the courthouse.
Have you been able to talk to anyone standing next to you about why they continue